Good afternoon, everyone. I'm York County District Attorney Dave Sunday. Today, we are here to announce that two individuals, Cameron Dowsey and Shydell Griffith, have been charged in the murder of Devin Ziegler, which occurred at the Auto Express located in West Manchester Township on May 20th, 2022. Currently, Cameron Dowsey is being held without bail in York County Prison for another unrelated homicide. Shydell Griffith is currently wanted by authorities. These charges stem from the extraordinary work of the York County Investigating Grand Jury and the unrelenting commitment to achieving justice for Devin by Detective Sergeant Conway, Detective Davenport, and Detective DeWitt with the West Manchester Township Police Department, along with the York County District Attorney's Office. The Investigating Grand Jury handed down a presentment recommending that Cameron Dowsey be charged with criminal homicide in relation to the murder of Devin Ziegler, criminal conspiracy to commit homicide, Devin Ziegler, criminal attempt to commit homicide of Dervin Gwynn, aggravated assault of Dervin Gwynn. Additionally, regarding Shydell Griffith, criminal homicide and criminal conspiracy to commit homicide of Devin Ziegler. The presentment was accepted by the grand jury supervising judge, President Judge Maria Musty Cook. I would like to personally thank the West Manchester Township Police and the District Attorney's Office, along with the York County Investigating Grand Jury, for their hard work and dedication to the safety of this community. Regardless of any obstacles in this case, the investigators of the West Manchester Township Police Department refuse to relent in their pursuit of justice for the family of Devin Ziegler. The citizens of West Manchester Township need to know that they can rest well at night with the knowledge that their police officers will leave no stone unturned when it comes to keeping you safe and holding criminals accountable. Assistant District Attorneys Chuck Murphy and Caitlin Gross are assigned to this case, and the affiant in this case is West Manchester Township Police Detective Matthew DeWitt, who stands beside me.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Detective DeWitt with the West Manchester Township Police Department. Yes, DeWitt. D-E, capital W-I-T-T. Thank you. So today's arrest announcements are a result of an ongoing investigation into the death of Devin Ziegler and shooting of Dervin Gwynn. On May 20th of last year, Mr. Ziegler was a victim of a targeted hit because he was believed to hang out with one side of the city that was hated by those who killed him on that day. Mr. Gwynn, who was at the car wash to clean his car, was shot after two of the actors attempted to take his expensive necklace. The investigation on May 20th began with reviewing the surveillance from the car wash. From those videos, we were able to determine the make, model, and registration of the vehicles that the shooters had used. This vehicle was recovered that next day in Halethorpe, Maryland. Through our extensive investigation, we were able to determine that this vehicle had been used by Cameron Dowsey primarily. Dowsey's phone records, including location data, revealed that he was in the area of the car wash at the time of the shooting. It also revealed that he was in the area of where that car was later discovered. Looking through his phone records, we found that he had ordered a pizza while he was down there. That order was delivered to a house that had links to York City as well. Forensic examination of that homicide vehicle revealed DNA and fingerprints from Cameron Dowsey. On the day of the shooting, we know that Dowsey made phone calls to his mother. While she was accepting that phone call, she was in a crowded break room at work, and it was overheard Dowsey confessing to the crime that day. Additionally, he made another phone call to another member of his family, and that phone call was also overheard, admitting to the homicide that day. Through an investigative grand jury, we were able to speak to a witness who spoke to the investigators and later to the grand jury. This individual was in York County Prison, and Dowsey had spoken to him and told him that he had committed the crime that day. That same witness also spoke about Shydell Griffith. Shydell Griffith had talked to that known witness, and he had confessed to him about committing the crimes that day. Shidell Griffith was on our radar prior to that individual coming forward based on close and call detail records. I would like to thank the York County Forensic Team for the work that they did on May 20th. They were tasked with a very difficult scene. Soon after the death of Mr. Ziegler, we had almost a monsoon come through, sideways winds, which wiped out a lot of our evidence. Evidence needed to be collected quickly. Documentation needed to be done very, very quickly. And I don't think anyone was prepared for what came down from the skies that day. I want to thank my fellow detectives, Sergeant Conway, Detective Davenport, and Detective DeWitt, for the work and time that they've invested in this case. I want to thank the York DA's office for their role in the process and walking us through the grand jury process. Most importantly, I want to thank the members of the grand jury. When law enforcement has a case like this, when family, friends, and associates don't want to be labeled a snitch, the grand jury is a tool that we're able to use that will compel those individuals that we know something to speak and help in seeing that justice is done. Finally, I want to say thank you to the family of Devin Ziegler. I hope that, thank you for your patience, and we hope that today's arrest and the announcement of the arrest give you and your family some comfort. Thank you.
And I'd also like to make it clear for the record that all these individuals today are innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law. Thank you. Any brief questions?
Question for Detective DeWitt.
Yes, sir.
Can you clearly explain, please, what was the issue between these guys and the victim, and what do you believe prompted the homicide?
Like in 2022, there was a lot of rifts going back and forth in the city, there was, don't know how much I can say, but just gang on,
Turf dispute?
yeah, turf gang on gang violence, one side of the city versus another, in a nutshell.
And why were they in focus on this gentleman? Why was he targeted?
It's our belief that he had and what we've been told, that he had a bounty on his head.
How much?
It's in the
$30,000.
And who put that bounty on his head?
One of the gang members from a gang we know is
Just for
EBK.
clarification, was Mr. Ziegler a member of a gang?
We believe so, at one point.
Did these guys get paid that bounty money?
From what we've heard, yes.
Mr. Ziegler and the other gentleman, I can remember his name, who was shot, were they there together, or was this,
They arrived separately.
so the other guy who was wounded, I can't remember his name off the top.
Derwin Gwynn,
Yes.
yes.
Was he just kind of a bystander at the car wash and the bullet struck him, or was he associated with Mr. Ziegler?
So he had an expensive necklace on, and two of the occupants in the vehicle approached him, and we believe that, although we can't hear from the surveillance, there's no audio, we believe that they asked him for his necklace, and he did not give it up.
I'm driving.
Okay, so from the vehicle, two individuals approached Mr. Gwynn, one individual approached Mr. Ziegler.
Were both these guys triggermen? Did they both fire?
Yes,
How many shots did they fire? You described it initially as multiple gunfire. How
Yes.
many shots did each of these guys fire?
in total, there was 32 rounds
32 rounds between the two of them.
between the three.
Okay, so who?
There was-
who's the third shooter?
There was three actors, and this is still an ongoing investigation
So
into
you're
who
still
that
looking
individual
for a
is.
third person
That is correct.
who's not identified at this time?
We can't identify them yet. We're still ongoing investigation.
And all three people came out the same Kia Forte at the scene of crime, right?
That is correct.
And if I may, just so everybody knows, we will be providing you with a copy of the unsealed presentment, which outlines a lot of the facts that you're asking about, just so you know, you'll have that when you leave.
When did the grand jury proceedings begin?
Probably the end of last year, so November, December of 2022.
So it took about a year before they reached their, I think the best word is, before they decided that the charges should be filed.
Roughly, yes.
So could you once again please describe the apparent execution, which I can't think of any other word to use, to describe when these guys opened fire on them. Would you please describe that for us?
Sure. So on that day at the car wash, the suspect vehicle was backed in against the car wash. At the vacuums, if you're familiar with the area, the two victims were vacuuming out their cars. Two individuals exited the Kia, approached Mr. Gwynn. The third individual approached Mr. Ziegler. Okay. It appeared that there was a conversation between Gwynn and these two individuals. The third person that approached Mr. Gwynn, or Mr. Ziegler, excuse me, it looked like he was trying to go through his pockets. Mr. Ziegler did not give up anything, and then there were shots fired right away, and then shortly after those shots were fired, the other two individuals who had approached Mr. Gwynn began shooting at him as he ran away from him.
Would you characterize this as an execution style of killing or cold-blooded murder?
Very close to that, yeah.
How long did the grand jury investigation take?
It took roughly a year.
Were they using handguns?
Yes.
9mm?
9mm and 40 caliber, all with switches, making them fully automatic with extended magazines.
And since tips were obviously, I'm sure, a big part of this, how did you zero in on these guys, and where was this gentleman picked up and when? The guy who's now in custody.
Okay, he was picked up on an unrelated charge to this, and he had turned himself in to the York City Police on that charge. And then the first part of your question,
Oh, well, how you zeroed in on these folks?
okay, so we were able to run the registration of the vehicle. We found out who
The Kia?
the Kia, yes, sir. That registration came back to a girlfriend of Mr. Dowsey, and through working closely with York City, we were able to just get some intel from them to find out who was operating the vehicle. We did get some anonymous tips come in that pointed to Mr. Dowsey as well.
Is Mr. Dowsey from York?
He
York
is.
City?
Yes.
And is Mr. Griffith also from York City?
He's York City and then also has ties to Georgia. I'm not sure if he's originally from York City or not.
What's his view? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, just his age.
At probably about 20, each of them at this point.
Any idea on where Shidell Griffith may be at this time since he's still at large?
Not at this time, now.
And,
I wish we knew.
And we're still unsure who the third suspect is at this time.
We have an idea, but we're not going to go public with that right now.
Okay.
That's the ongoing investigation.
You mentioned Georgia. Any idea what part of Georgia offhand?
No.
And mentioned some time, a lot of work went into this. Was there something in particular that was more challenging than the rest of it in terms of, the time? Was it just one sticky detail maybe that you had to wait for?
It's challenging talking with probably the community that you obviously know details of what happened, yet don't want to tell you what happened because they don't want to be labeled a snitch. And here we have a family that lost a mid-20-year-old son and is grieving, and we'd like to see this stuff not occur in the towns that we live in.
So it's been over 18 months since the murder, though. Would you kind of chalk up the lack of community participation, if you would, speaking with you guys for why this has taken so long, essentially, to just even get some names?
Yeah, I think just starting with the grand jury, that is a process that meets twice a month. They had questions and they had things that they wanted us to do that we would then go back and accomplish. We would have to sometimes bring witnesses back to the grand jury that they would have follow-up questions after talking to other people. I think we probably could have made one arrest sooner. That would be Mr. Dowsey, the second arrest. That's going to be a direct result of the grand jury.
So that must have just wrapped up within like the last month or so, since you guys said it was about a year and
Correct.
the end of last year. And then do you guys have even a court date right now set for Dowsey at this point?
No, not at this point.
He's currently in the Yorkview prison.
That's correct.
You mentioned, there was phone recordings of the, of his mother. Where did the phone recordings come?
It wasn't a phone recording, it was a phone call.
So was he making the call from jail or?
No, he was making a phone call from what is believed to be the inside of that vehicle on the day soon after it happened. It happened around lunchtime on March 20th, where he had called his mother.
So how did the call get recorded?
It wasn't recorded. It was just overheard. I'm sorry if I misspoke, but yeah, it was overheard by two coworkers.
So Mr. Dowsey confessed to his mom.
Correct.
Did he confess to anybody else?
Yes.
Who else?
Another family member.
Other family member?
Yes, and the known witness as well.
And did you say Griffith confessed to somebody as well in an overheard conversation?
He confessed also to the known witness who was also in York County Prison.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate
Just a
you.
quick-
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. So these two guys and the third person who you haven't named, all facing criminal homicide charges?
That's correct.
So again, that includes the person who is not identified, will also be facing criminal homicide.
Correct.